It is an honor to welcome you to today's Superintendent Top 10% Luncheon, a special celebration of academic excellence, commitment, and perseverance. To the 25 graduating seniors we're recognizing today, you represent the very best of Livingston High School. You pushed yourselves, stayed focused, and balanced all the demands that come with being a student at the top of your class. It's no small feat. This isn't just about GPAs or class rank. It is about your dedication, your character, and the work ethic that brought you here. You've made your families, your teachers, and this district proud. I want to thank the school board trustees and educators in the room today. Your support and belief in these students has made a lasting difference. To our honorees, as you move forward, whether it's to college, career, or the military, know that you carry with you the pride of Livingston ISD. You've already proven you can achieve at the highest level. I can't wait to see where it takes you next.
Hi, I'm Payton Vanderver, and I plan to go to U of H after I graduate. I want to get a degree in business, and I also want to get my real estate license. My favorite teacher is probably Miss Yinke, just because she's easy to talk to. She's kind of like a therapist almost. No, she's just really fun to talk to, and she was an amazing teacher to all of us, I'm sure y'all can all say. And then, what was the other question?
Before high school.
Before high school.
Pick one impactful teacher.
I honestly don't remember because COVID hit. Like in junior high, and then like you had all your kindergarten teachers. I will say all my teachers were like amazing. They all made an impact on my life. And that's like kind of the person I am today. So I'm really blessed and grateful for that.
All right, my name is Mason Brooks. After high school, I'm going to become an electrician, either go to trade school or get a job somewhere where they do on-job training. What teachers? Favorite high school teacher, probably Mr. Mao. He's pretty relaxed on work. And then before high school, probably Miss Dickens, Danielle's mom. She's a big part of my life in intermediate school. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ricardo Gonzalez. After high school, I'm not sure where I want to go, but I know I want to be a mechanic. Maybe I'll do a course over it. And one of my favorite teachers is Miss Turville. And before high school, one of my favorite teachers was Miss Rogers. I don't know if y'all know her. She's a little short lady. And yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Danielle. So after high school, I plan to attend the University of Texas at Tyler to study criminal justice with a minor in pre-law. A minor in music, but a specification in pre-law, because I hope to be a lawyer at some point in my life. My favorite teacher in high school is probably my band director, Miss Albert. I've had her for 7 years, and it's been an amazing 7 years. And then before high school, my favorite teacher would probably be Miss Stork. She does not teach here anymore, but she was my history teacher in 6th and 7th grade.
Hi, I'm Ethan. After I graduate, I'm going to go to SFA for business, and then after that, hopefully UT Law School. I want to work in corporate law, just representing big companies and stuff. That's where all the money's at. My favorite high school teacher is probably Coach Young, just because he kind of helped me decide like what career I wanted to go into, and all of his lessons are really interesting and things like that. Before high school, probably Mr. McClendon. Probably my favorite science class I've ever been in. He was just really funny, really calm, really chill. And that's it.
Hi, I'm Jenna Snook, and after graduation I'm heading to A&M, and gig 'em, hey. And I'm going to major in communications, and after that I hope to pursue a license in speech pathology. And my favorite teacher in high school I think would be Miss Eggy. She was my freshman English teacher, and I see her everywhere now, and she's so sweet always and just full of love. And then before high school, I think my favorite teacher would be my first grade teacher, Miss Hill. Yeah, Miss Hill. Yeah, me and Kaylee were in Miss Hill's class together. I see her everywhere, like literally like at Walmart, and she always gives me a big hug, and I just love her so much. And that's it.
Hi y'all, I'm Shelby. I'm going to be attending Sam Houston State University for general business. Over the summer, I hope to internship with First National Bank in the future and work as a financial advisor. My favorite high school teacher has to be Miss Eggy as well. She's very involved. I had her freshman year and I talked to her like almost every day. Sports, she's always asking what I'm doing. Now before high school, I can't really remember. I've moved a lot, so there's been quite a few places, but I will say Miss Hathaway. I have Lions for Christ with her once a week, and she just is very welcoming and encouraging, so yes.
Hi, I am Annabelle. I will be attending Texas State University in the fall to receive a Bachelor's of Arts in Music Education. I really want to be a band director and preferably work for a middle school just teaching the bands. So my favorite high school teacher that I've ever had was Miss Albert, my band director. She is a saint and my biggest inspiration throughout, from 6th grade to now, and I want to be just like her. So, and if I had to pick a teacher from any time before that, I would say my 8th grade English teacher, Miss Jett. She had a real love for what she did, and I appreciated that every day.
I'm Leslie. I plan to go to Sam Houston State University and major in nursing, and then I want to specialize in NICU, which is like neonatal intensive care. My favorite high school teacher would probably be Miss Eggy. She's filled with so much joy, and she expresses that to all her students. And then before high school, I want to say Miss Garcia, my kindergarten and first grade teacher, because she really helped me. When I first started school, I didn't know any English, and I think being with her will always be a joy to me.
So, my name is Joshua Naidete, and I plan to go to University of Texas at Austin. Plan to major in architecture, and I think my favorite teacher was Ms. Eggy. I don't know, she was always just so nice, kind, always happy. And then before high school was Ms. Garcia, my friend's mom, Andrew. And then, cause as Leslie, I didn't know any English, and she really helped me out.
Hey y'all, I'm Carlos Langano. I'll be attending Texas A&M University in the fall, going in for biology and nursing. I want to go in for nursing for my registered nurse bachelor's of science degree, and then get 3 years of experience going into nurse practitioning, specializing into cardiology, and then hopefully go attend medical school. So my favorite teacher for high school would be Miss Walker. She really made me fall in love with English. She really strengthened my writing skills a lot, since prior freshman year was a mess. Sophomore year is where I thrived in writing. And then my before high school favorite teacher would be Miss Brumley. She taught me really a bunch of career ready skills and college hacks, and I decided to join college in junior year, so she really came in clutch at the end of it. But yeah.
Hi, I'm Trent. After high school, I plan to go to SFA to major in information technologies. I would say my favorite teacher from high school would be Mr. Carr, because he's been a good mentor. And then before high school, I'd probably have to say Miss Cassidy, my dyslexia teacher. She's always helped me out a lot. So.
All right. Hi everyone. My name's Jiren James. After high school, I plan to attend Texas A&M. To major in engineering. I have not decided what field of engineering I'm going to major in, but we'll find out when I get there. My favorite teacher in high school right now is the wonderful Miss Deborah Yinke. One thing about her, you're not going to get just a lecture. You're going to hear something interesting about her family every day. And before high school, I have to say my 8th grade English teacher, Mrs. Tutt, and she was an inspiration to me and my brother, I can say 100%. She was one person that was going to advocate for everything she believed in, and that was very inspirational to me. Thank you.
Howdy. I'm going to Texas A&M. Hey. I'm going to Mays Business School at A&M. I don't know what I'm going to do yet either, so I guess we'll see. We'll find out while we're there. My favorite high school teacher is probably, easy, Frank Brister. That's my man. He only had 2 rules in his classroom, actually. It was just to work and behave, and we got it done in there. Before high school, my favorite days were when my mother subbed for me in elementary school, so that's it.
Hello, my name is Jadarian James. I plan to attend SFA in the fall to major in music education to become a band director and hopefully make my way up to a fine arts director. My favorite teacher in high school is Miss Yinke. Miss Yinke loves all of her students, and she would do anything to make sure they are doing good in high school. And I just love that about her. My favorite teacher before high school would have to be Mr. Aviles, my percussion director. He loved his students as well, and he would do anything, even if it wasn't in band. He would go to English teachers, math teachers to make sure that his students were doing good in any class. And I feel like that is what I want to be when I grow up. That's who I want to be when I grow up. That's it.
Okay, I'm Autumn. I plan to go to SFA as well for biology or biochemistry because I want to do medical research. My favorite high school teacher is Miss Turbeville because she's an amazing teacher, and I feel like even if some people think she's mean or really strict, I feel like that's what makes her such a great teacher, is that she always makes sure that you're getting what you need to understand and actually learn, instead of just saying, oh, well, it's okay if you don't really learn as long as you pass the test. She wants to make sure you know what you're doing. And before that, I'd say my second grade teacher, Miss Grimm, because that year a lot happened. I found out I was diabetic, and also it was my first year in public school, so she made a really big impact on my life.
Hi, my name is Andrea Garcia, and I plan to attend UC Santa Barbara, all the way in California, for accounting and finance. And then maybe after I get my bachelor's degree in accounting and finance, hopefully I'm certified to be a CPA and accountant and auditor. And what was the next one?
Favorite high school?
My favorite high school teacher would have been probably, or is, Coach Brown. He has really funny stories, especially about his crazy Colombian wife. So, yeah, and then I think my favorite teacher before high school was probably, again, like the others, Miss Garcia. She was my kindergarten and as well as my first grade teacher. She taught me how to speak Spanish, English. So, and now she's my little brother's kindergarten teacher as well. So, thank you.
Hi, my name's Kaylee Stanley. After I graduate, I'm going to be attending Northwestern State in Natchitoches, Louisiana. No, I'm not making fun of Natchitoches. Natchitoches is a real place. And I'm going to be majoring in biology to eventually get admitted into PA school to become a pediatric physician's assistant. I would say that my favorite high school teacher is Miss Shara Turbeville. I love her. She's such a sweetie. Because surprisingly enough, I'm going to college for biology, but I didn't really like biology that much. And Miss Turbeville really did make me love it. And she just tries so hard to make sure you understand everything. She gives you every opportunity you can to just succeed in her class. And also, my favorite teacher before high school, like Jenna said, would probably be Miss Hill, because she was just always so much fun, so much full of joy, and you still see her till this day, and she remembers every single one of your names. But also, honorable mention, my 5th grade teacher, of course, my mommy. We love Tracy. She's literally the best. And yeah.
Hello, I'm Elijah James. I will be attending Texas State in the fall for a physics degree. After that, I plan on moving on to A&M to get specialization into quantum field theory, quantum chromodynamics, and condensed matter theory. After that, I want to eventually either teach at A&M and maybe make their program better, or move on to Europe and maybe work at the Large Hadron Collider. One of those might be fun. Maybe even MIT, I'm not sure yet. But moving on. My favorite high school teacher definitely was Mr. Hedstrom. I don't know if any of y'all would agree, but he made me love math even more than I already did, and he was also one of the only teachers that I could genuinely have a solid conversation with over any of the stuff I was interested in. So that was special to me. My favorite teacher before that, I would have to say probably Mr. Palmer. None of the band kids are ever going to agree with me on that one, but he made me love trumpet and makes me want to still play it even though I'm leaving high school. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I will be attending Texas State University in the fall to obtain my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performance and Production Theater with a focus in directing. I aim to be a director in the future of film and television. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of memories before high school of school, but I do have two favorite high school teachers. And first, Miss Walker, she was my sophomore English teacher and she's my ready writing coach, and she has shown me just how much I love English and the literary arts, and how much that means to me. And Chef Young, she has shown me so much support. Even though culinary is only a personal passion of mine, I'm not seeking it, but she's taught me, seeking to pursue it as a degree, but she has taught me so much. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ariana Nostapil. I will be attending Angelina in the fall to get my prerequisites to either join the radiology program or the sonography program. My favorite teacher in high school, probably Mr. Kurz. I've had him for 2 years and I love keeping him on his toes. And then I moved around a lot before I moved here, and so I don't really remember a lot of my childhood teachers, but the first year that I was fully here, I had Miss Donahue and Miss Brewer, and they were really good teachers to have. So yeah, thank you.
Hey, I'm Silas. I'm going to Texas A&M to major in business, which I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. Before high school, I was homeschooled, so shout out mom. And during high school, I would have to say my favorite teacher would be Mr. Aaron Kurz for letting me know I suck at physics and I shouldn't be an engineer.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I plan on attending Sam Houston State University in the fall to major in education, more specifically elementary education. My favorite teacher in high school would have to be Aaron Kurz. His class is always very chill, but his class also teaches me a little more about myself every day. And my favorite teacher before high school would probably be my kindergarten teacher, Miss Hunter. I saw her again at the senior walk, and she still remembered my name and my face, and that was just really nice. So.
Howdy, my name is Chesny Benningfield, and I plan. Is this good? Is this? Sorry, I don't know if I was good or not. Okay. Texas A&M. Hey. I want to go, or I am going for engineering, and I plan to become an electrical engineer. And my favorite teacher in high school, I would say, is Mr. Kurz, because you can tell that he cares about his students and their futures. And so I think that's a really great thing. And then my favorite before high school would probably be Miss Cassidy. She was my second grade teacher, and I just remember she was really sweet.
Hi, my name's Diana, and I'm going to be going to UT Austin for communication. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but we'll figure it out. And my favorite high school teacher would be Mr. Kurz, because he gives the best advice, and even when I need help with other coursework, even though he has a degree or major in physics, he can help me with English, math, anything I want. And my favorite teacher before high school would have to be Miss Young, my ESL teacher. She was one of the first people to welcome me to this district, and she taught me English even though I was with everyone else. I was not of my color, and I would not talk at all, but she would still consistently try to get me to talk. And yeah, I just really appreciated her.